This is the small rig camera cage for the ZV-E10, the Sony ZV-E10. This is the upgraded version. I'm not really sure what the non-upgraded version entails, but the only thing that's in the package is the cage itself. And you got the thumb screw. This piece right here is a little loose. We'll talk more about that in another video. And then you have a tool and one little piece there and one little screw. Now, it doesn't really tell you where this goes. If you look at the product listing on Amazon, it does show you, but I believe it goes in right here. So, for the sake of comparison, this is the Sony ZV-E10, right? It's a very small, very lightweight camera. It's great for vlogging. It's great for point and shoot. Not a super, super high-end camera, but it's perfect for what I do. And let's show you what it looks like with the rig on it. It does have a little bit of a grip already right here, but this one is just a little fatter. It's a lot more comfortable and soft. So let's put it together. And here it is with the cage installed. It's not a lot bigger, but if you have larger hands, any extra that you can get out of it is actually really nice. This bit at the bottom is gonna be really good. Felt like my hand was just too big for this camera. So installation is in the form of this thumb screw into the bottom of the camera itself. And then this piece right here, you can see it, this black T looking piece right here, that threads in there with an Allen bolt. If I can quite get it into focus, there you go. There's an Allen bolt or screw or whatever you want to call it. It does slot into the camera's stock sling loops, but it does have its own here on the top on either side. So you're not losing those sling loops, just adding a little bit more protection. Another great thing about this, obviously you have these mounting points all over it, across the top, on the sides, right? And then more on the bottom. Lots of opportunity to mount different kinds of attachments, but it's also acting as a heat sink. Now, not to go too far into it, but Sony cameras are a little notorious for overheating. So this piece of metal will act as a heat sink. It'll dissipate heat away from the camera. I'm not sure specifically how much extra time that you're gonna get out of it, but this is exactly what I needed to do longer outside recordings, especially in 4K, and the extra bump and drop protection cannot be overlooked. Just 2 screws, that one and the thumb screw for installation, and that's it. And one last thing, the battery compartment is still fully accessible, and it's even got a little ridge right there if you're using a dummy battery with a wall charger or a wall plug to plug it in for continuous recording. Just kind of show you, none of the main functionality, none of the main buttons are covered. There's the microphone and the hot shoe mount. Here's the various ports on the side there. USB-C, HDMI mini, the headphone jack, microphone jack right there. And of course, the memory card slot. You can't quite see it, there you go. Memory card slot off to the side. So the cage doesn't obstruct anything.